Hello again, Muscle Machines collectors. We're number 38, which is a Countach. I've known about this for a long time, but I dismissed it because it's just a black Countach. But I was watching Champion DJK, and then I noticed this thing has a completely blown rear end compared to the normal Countach, which I already have. This is a Chinese domestic market one, I believe. Got off AliExpress. This is from Series 7, it says, and those are the other cars in the series. So let's... Go. One thing I don't really care for is this. The problem with this stand is it doesn't actually hold the car, right? I guess it's nice to tell someone it's 38 and it's a Countach, but that's just weird, you know? To me, I think it's weird. If it had some sort of peg and a peg in this base, then, you know, and maybe even if they stacked vertically, if that would have been cool too, but then it'd be more plastic. So sadly, this is gonna go into the trash and end up in your brain later. Alright, well, it's a deformed, but slightly deformed, not crazy deformed like a Choro Q. And the wheels are painted this funky goldish bronze color. It's a little darker than what I think of when I see a Lambo. But it's nice. It looks like they molded in a disc into this wheel to look like a brake. Yeah, and a small one for the rear. And so the staggered tires have some tread, which is nice. And if for some reason you want to fix something, you could open it. But I find the quality control of these to be good. And since there's no interior, I don't see much reason to open it. Don't know what that is. Some sort of production thing. Alright, so it tells you what it is, what the line is, and who made it. Maisto. And it's a toy. It does roll. The black is nice. It's very glossy. It's not metallic though. It's just a normal glossy black. The aqueduct there looks good. There's some sort of silver printing here for probably the styling house. Or what does that say? Does it say something? Designed something. Well, anyway, it's nice to have something there. And then the raised bumps here have some orange for the markers. And then some ridging here for the vent. Same here. We have some black printing on the windows, even though they're opaque. So that's interesting. They would go... Oh, wait a second. These side windows are part of the metal casting. Only the windscreen and the rear engine cover are plastic. So that's interesting. It works. Very glossy side windows. And then the windshield. I feel like this plastic has some metal flake in it. There's some sort of shininess to it. So the front light things here, it's just silver with the turn signals. It's supposed to be clear on the real car. And the Lambo thing looks good enough. Sorry, it's really picking up my fingerprints. Some silver tampo printing there for these fog lights or running lights. Some vents. Alright, just smooth, no ridging. No wiper blade indication. This side looks pretty good. Now the engine thing. There's actually two heights here. So look at that, I see. I'm not sure why they did that. It's strange. I don't know. I feel like you could have just had one piece of plastic with recesses molded into it, but I guess it's nice that there's some floating vents. The plastic rear wing there is okay, I suppose. And then the taillights are painted nicely. The color separation of the three boxes is nice. And then you can read the brand in the car model. And then yeah, look at this thing. This is just crazy awesome. Just it's basically a twin turbocharged Lambo, right? These are the turbos feeding these exhausts. And I like the depth of the exhaust, and they're not the same size either, so very neat. And I suppose if you really wanted to spruce it up, you could maybe paint some of there's like a titanium color or something like that. Maybe even put some jewel beads in the exhaust to look like light, like what's that one? Your exhaust burns inside the exhaust. I forget what it's called. Okay, well, that's it. Let's look at some other things. So, here's my first one. I put a license plate on it. So that's what a normal Lambo Countach would look like. Just 4 exhaust pipes. So that would explain why there's a seam break here. They were probably planning ahead of time to have a modified version. And this also has these darker gold wheels. I don't think they released a red one. So it's weird that they wouldn't have a red version. They have this Porsche, what is it, 993 RWB, and so this one has a crazy blown rear end as well, so with side air filters here, pretty neat. And then just two other ones, the Liberty Walk ER34 with side pipes. I like how the tires have Advan printing on them. The other ones do not have any tire printing. So this actually has a lot of printing on it. A lot of paintwork. Last one is an F40. I'm just wondering now, well, is this a separate piece? I don't think the rear bumper is a separate piece. I don't know if they could make a more modified version. This is a separate piece, but then what would they do here? I don't know if they could customize. Oh, but this here, I guess they could maybe put some sort of giant snorkel into this or something. Well, anyways. So I like the Muscle Machines. At first I didn't really like them because they're just too big. In fact, let me just get a Chorokyu. So here's a Wanda Coffee freebie. This is quite fantastic. If you bought some coffee in Japan, I guess you get one of these with it. And that's a Chorokyu size. Here's a Chorokyu Zero of the red Countach, right? So that's the size I prefer because I can collect so many more. I can collect 2 in the space of this, maybe 2.5. Hot Wheels also had a deformed Countach. I 3D printed my own wheels for this. 2004 copyright on that thing. So it's actually quite similar in deformation proportions to this. A little bit narrow, but still, it's Hot Wheels. Well, as long as Muscle Machines has cool castings, I will buy them. I haven't bought one of each casting because some of them I just don't care for. Like they have some sort of American old classic pickup truck. Just doesn't look cool enough. So we'll have to see what other new molds they come out with in the future. So thanks for checking this out, and hopefully we'll see you in the future. Bye.